Oh Mike, this car is fabulous. I got to tell you, I was in my hotel room last night, and I'm looking out in the parking lot. I'm on the 8th floor, and I'm looking down, and this car is there, and I'm going, man, it's sitting down there. It's like laying on the ground, and I was just thinking, this got to look great sliding down the street. It was just fabulous, and I had to track it down. I mean, I wasn't even sure from up there what it was, because it's like a 40 Ford was too big for a 40 Ford, and was not big enough for a Zephyr, Lincoln Zephyr. But it's a Merc, right? It's a 40 Merc.
It's a 40 Merc. It's about 4 inches longer in wheelbase than a 40 Ford, and it's probably 8 inches over long, the total length. So, yeah, it's basically a shrunken 40 Ford.
Now, you did this car, right?
I did everything on the car, with the exception of the interior. It's been chopped 7 inches in the rear and 5 inches in the front.
This has got to be a nightmare to chop. This has got to be a tough car to work on.
Very tough car to chop because of the bulbous roof on 40 Mercs. It's a hard car to get lowered and get the profile to look correct.
So you took a section out?
I took a section out across here, and this has been cut up here to move the windshield up into the roof a little bit more.
And then you laid the window forward?
Laid the window forward and brought that down, and then put a piece of metal in here. So,
and did you have to create these too, these little wing windows?
They're all cut down as well.
This
has been reshaped around here. Once you cut the top, everything changes.
Everything.
You got to make all new.
This is a phenomenal amount of work.
It is. It's 2 years of my life in this car.
And you louvered the hood and everything.
102 louvers in the hood, which the engine needs to breathe a little bit too. The Caddy gets a little hot. And I've got air suspension on it. It drops the car down. It travels up 9 inches from where it sits right now.
And the skirts are fabulous.
The skirts are recessed into the fenders, so there's no skirt sitting on the outside. There's a lip on the inside.
It's just slick, man. And the interior, that's a stock 40 dash, and this was only the second year for Merc. They came in 39, right?
That is correct. Yeah, that's a stock 40 dash. It's been all converted to 12 volts, and that's not leather. That's paint on the dash.
It's a satin finish. I like that.
Yeah,
look.
I'm trying to keep a subtle look throughout the entire car. And I even have the Southwind heater that was standard in Mercs has been converted to my stereo system,
nice,
so that's a speaker.
Yeah. Wait, even your headliner, I mean, this whole thing looks like it came this way from the factory.
That was the intent all along, to get that look, traditional look.
Oh, she's just gorgeous. What an interesting color.
Yeah. This color is telephone truck green.
Seriously?
Yes. This was never put on a car. It was used commercially by the telephone company.
You've shaved everything. Your taillights are now in.
Taillights are now in the bumpers. So these are LED taillights.
And you got a 52 plate on a 40 Merc. What?
52. That plate came off of the original Matranga Merc that was done by the Barris brothers in California. That was the year that the car was wrecked, was 52, and that was the last year the tag was on.
And that's the plate?
That's the plate.
How cool.
Yep.
Now you got a badged Caddy. You have a Caddy engine.
I do.
Let's have a look at it.
Okay.
Wow. I mean, that's packed in there. So what am I looking at? Cadillac, obviously.
That's a 500-inch Cadillac Eldorado engine. It's a 74 motor that's been completely rebuilt. It's fitted with 49 to 51 valve covers. I had to put special adapters on to make those fit. This is the original air cleaner, 49 to 51. Oil filter, Hunt magneto.
So all the old school stuff.
All the old school traditional custom look to it.
And I like the, even in here, kind of a satin look.
Yes, I went with a subtle look inside. Just kind of the flow needs to start in my mind and go all the way back to the rear bumper. It's got to stay the same.
You used more than one shoehorn to get this in here,
I did. It's a tight fit, but I'll tell you, the car drives wonderfully on the road. It's a tremendous road car. That's what I built it for, to drive. This is typical of the cars that used to roam the streets in LA back in the early 50s, the customs. Yeah.
And I bet it gets a ton of attention.
Very much attention. Yes, the car is so unique. The color, everything about it.
Looks like it caught the eye of somebody else here. So
yes, apparently I've got
Sponsor's Choice.
Sponsor Choice. Yeah, very nice. Yeah.
I'll tell you, it was, like I say, from the 8th floor, it looked fabulous. Up close, it's even better.
Thank you.
Beautiful. 40 Merc. What a job, Mike.
Thank you.